Welcome back to Living Local. It seems these days we have never talked more about the health and well-being of young people and student athletes in particular. And for good reason. Everything from screenings and injuries and now COVID-19, there's a lot to discuss. Today we're out and about at Palmer Chiropractic Clinics, understanding more about the services they offer student athletes. We are joined by Dr. Dave Juring. He is the Director of Chiropractic Rehabilitation and Sports Injury. Thank you so much for letting us stop by.
Thanks for the opportunity.
So high school athletes have been required to get a physical before participating in sports. Now, before 2020, what kinds of things were these screenings looking for?
Our exams are based upon the vitals, a review of the all of the visceral issues along with some neuromuscular. We even get into past hospital and medical issues, always with the idea that we want to make sure that those athletes are healthy and prepared to perform.
Yeah, an incredibly vital screening for any student athlete that is getting ready to perform in athletics. Now, has COVID-19 changed any of what you're looking for?
No, not necessarily, because all the screenings that we do with the patients that come into our facility or will be coming to our facility, all of that's been looked at and pursued. If we have anybody that potentially comes into the facility, we want to make sure that they know what to look for, specifically the parents and the young athletes, so that they know what to do just in case. The good thing about our local community athletic world is that all the coaches and all of the schools are prepared to make sure that everyone knows what to do in case symptoms do come up.
Now, Dr. Juring, when people think of sports physicals, they might not initially think of a chiropractic clinic. So what services do you guys offer here at Palmer Chiropractic Clinics?
Besides the physicals within this facility, we have 27 doctors. And within those services, we have everything from rehabilitation, neuromuscular rehabilitation, to radiology, and besides just our bread and butter chiropractic care. But we have people that focus on nutrition, we have people that help women with pregnancies, even work with little kids, and anything from a simple sprain strain to a post-surgical, which could be anything from an ACL reconstruction to a hip replacement. We do the rehabilitation for that. Now, within our department, we have everything from shockwave therapy to your normal modalities. The bulk of what we do, though, is hands-on rehabilitation, meaning our job is to make sure we get you back on a field or back to your normal ADLs. And we do that process through a lot of these toys that you see in this facility.
Wow, you really cover the entire scope there. Now, how does your department work with other faculty to help patients here?
Our department is focusing on one thing, and that's the neuromuscular rehabilitation. So we'll look at everything from a functional exam and see how that impacts the body and how they perform. Now, we have referrals within the chiropractic community here at Palmer College, but also referrals from fellow chiropractors we co-manage, which means we do the rehabilitation and they do the adjustive care. We also have a lot of referrals from orthopedists and many people from just off the street that show up.
Wow, it sounds like you guys are really offering comprehensive care for your patients here. Now, has the pandemic changed the way that you interact with patients?
Within our facility, we go by all of these state guidelines, which basically means you'll be screened on the phone, you'll be screened when you show up here, temperatures will be taken. Everyone must wear a mask within our facility, and that's from our patients to our students to the staff to the doctors. But we make sure that everything is clean. Every patient that's seen here, when they leave, the room is cleaned. And then the facility is cleaned twice a day from the ceilings on down to the floor. And we make sure that in our waiting area, everything is social distancing. Making sure it's a safe environment, not only for the patients, but all for the clinicians and the staff.
Definitely. Now, when we're focusing on student athletes, the screenings that they need, the physicals, why are those so important?
We want to make sure that our athletes are as healthy as possible so we can minimize any potential bad thing that could happen to them on a field of athletics.
Now, in general, what type of role does chiropractic care play in our overall health?
The one thing that we offer, our job is to make sure that we keep people moving. which basically means we keep you either on the sporting field or in your daily activities. And what we really do is chiropractic care, which is adjustive. Our specific department works with that because we know based upon the literature that if we use adjustive care and rehabilitative care, we have better outcomes. But ultimately, our job is to keep you moving. Through that process, though, we do lots of co-management with either medical doctors, with metabolic diseases, or any potential neuromuscular related issue. Through the process, we order lab work, advanced imaging, whatever we need to take care of the patients. And whether that's done exclusively, we take care of the patients here, or we co-manage or refer, ultimately we want to make sure that you're taken care of.
Wow, so you've mentioned so many different services that really cover a wide range of patient needs. How can folks at home learn more about the services offered here at Palmer Clinics? The
best way is to go online, and that is Palmer Chiropractic Clinics. On there, you'll get the locations of our facility here and also in Moline, 2 outpatient facilities. But it'll also tell you the directions, the time of services. There's even paperwork on there. If you've never been a new patient, you can fill out the paperwork, which speeds up the process when you show up. But on those sites lists all the doctors that are within our facility and all their different approaches and expertise.
Now, Dr. Juring, before we wrap up, for you, what is the most rewarding part of what you do?
I really enjoy working with the patients, just getting to know people, knowing what their lives are like, what they go through. The other aspects that really are fun, here at Palmer, I get an opportunity to work with a lot of colleagues with a lot of different skill sets, and together we make sure that we take care of everybody that comes in our facility. So it's not just me. With me comes my colleagues within this department, a radiology department, and all of the other clinicians. And on top of that, we get an opportunity to work with students that keep us young and keep us on our toes to make sure that we're current with all of the literature and education approaches.
Well, thank you so much for what you're doing to enhance healthcare in our community and for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you.
All right, for more information, you can call Palmer Chiropractic Clinic at 563-884-5801 or visit palmer.edu/clinics. More Living Local continues after this break. Stay with us.